guys, my name is Becca and welcome back to my channel. So, if you watched my last week's update for the O.W.L.S Magical Readathon, you would have heard me say that I wasn't going to make a week 4 update. That the week 4 update would just be included in my wrap-up because, I mean, the books that I was reading, that I was telling you I was reading, were the last books, so there was no point. Well, here I am with my week 4 update, which obviously is not the wrap-up. It happens a lot. I keep doing this. I need to just let things be. I just didn't really think I was going to do this video, but then as I was reading these books I found that I wanted to talk more about them, and I figured if I was going to talk in the wrap-up would be like 2 hours long, and I didn't want that. So here we are with another update. The final update. I mean, I finished all the books. Spoiler alert, I finished them all. I finished all of the books from the O.W.L.S Magical Readathon. I did it. I read all 12. I'm really happy with myself. My Newt's TBR is going up today, so you will see the insanity that is me, that, oh, I am trying to do way too much in August, but here we are. There's also another readathon I think I'm going to be participating in, which is another one that I was telling myself I wasn't going to be doing, and here we are, and I believe I will be filming my TBR for that also today. So you'll probably end up seeing that tomorrow. Yeah. Well, you won't be seeing this tomorrow, because I am kind of filming it early since I already finished these books. So this video will be going up Sunday. I'm technically filming this video on Friday, because I don't think I'll have time on Sunday, and I've already finished the book, so why not just film this on Friday? I have time. So today, my Newt's TBR will be going up. Tomorrow, which is Saturday, my other TBR will be going up. I hate myself. And then this video will be going up the next day, which is Sunday. So those TBRs will already be up. So you already know that the Booktubeathon TBR is going up on Saturday, tomorrow. I told myself I wasn't going to be doing that TBR. I wasn't going to be doing this readathon. I wanted to do the readathon. I do the Booktubeathon every year, but I just figured this year it coincides too much with the Newt's readathon. It's the first week of August pretty much, and it's like I'm going to be reading a ton for the Newt's. Like, you will see the insanity that is me once you see the Newt's TBR, if you actually watch that video. There are 36 prompts, so 36 books that you could read. You could only guess at how many I've decided to read. So yeah. I'm getting way too off topic. We're here with the wrap-up, or not the wrap-up, we're here with the update. Let's talk about the books I finished this week. The final books for the O.W.L.S Magical Readathon. Alright, the first book I finished was Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. This is From Gilmore Girls to Gilmore Girls and Everything in Between. This is pretty much her biography. And you get a lot of her, like, her early life, her early career, and, you know, Gilmore Girls, Parenthood, Gilmore Girls again. And I remember telling you last week that I had started listening to the audiobook and I wasn't connecting. I just really wasn't liking Lauren Graham's narration of her own book. I just couldn't connect to it whatsoever, and I don't know why, because I love Lauren Graham. But I realized I listened to books or audiobooks on 1.8 speed. I've always listened to it because I always felt like 1.5 was too slow for most books, and 2 times speed is too fast for me. So 1.8 is pretty much a good medium for me. But once I got the physical copy, and I realized I didn't really want to read the physical copy, like, I wanted to read along sometimes and look at the pictures and stuff. I really didn't want to just read the physical copy. I still wanted to listen to Lauren Graham's voice. So I started listening to it again, and I realized then that I figured 1.8 was too fast. I wasn't, like, getting a lot of her jokes. Like, it was just going too fast, that the jokes were just missing me, and that's why I wasn't connecting so much. So I brought it down to 1.5, and I flew through it, and I loved it. And I didn't want to stop reading it, like, listening to it. I would listen to it everywhere. I don't care if I was just lying in bed, doing nothing. I was listening to the audiobook and reading along. I was in a car. That's where I finished it, in the car. And I was listening to it. I couldn't stop. I kind of want to reread this again because I really loved it. And I loved learning so much more about, like, Lauren Graham and Alexis Bledel, their relationship, and her relationship with a lot of other people, and just everything. I enjoyed this so much. I really did. And I learned so much about Lauren Graham that I didn't know before. I had no idea she was born in Hawaii, and that she lived in Tokyo for a lot of her childhood. I had no idea about that. But I do now, and I love it. And I give this 5 stars. So, yeah. I'm really glad I gave it a second chance. This was amazing. I read this for Muggle Studies. That I needed to read a nonfiction, so it was perfect. I didn't think I'd actually be able to meet that challenge, and I'm really, really happy I did. Because if you know me, you know anything about me, you would know that nonfiction is just not for me. I've never liked nonfiction. I've tried it multiple times. I just can't get into it. I need fiction, but I just love this so much. I ate this up. I'm really, really glad I read this. Next up, I finished Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. This is an East Asian retelling of the evil queen from Snow White. This is her origin story. And in the very beginning, I wasn't really connecting with this either. This was really hard for me, because, I was sort of, into the story, but I really wasn't connecting with the characters or anything like that. I was just it's good, it's okay, but I'm not, loving it. So, I think it was, towards the middle, where we got to the palace, and, all the, court politics, and the, drama and everything started happening, that I really started loving this. And I'm really glad that, again, I, pushed through with this, because this was so good. I was wrong. It may, it may talk about dragons, but there are no dragons in it. So I'm really glad that I didn't just have, a July TBR that was just dragons, even though I tried having that kind of TBR. And this was one of them. I was just reading the cast of characters, and it says Dragon Lords, so I figured dragons were in it. I didn't know. It doesn't feature dragons. They may talk about it, but it doesn't feature it. Sorry, I just had to bring that down. So, who knows? But, yeah, I did really, really enjoy this. I think I'm going to give this, a 4 or a 4.5. I think it might be 4.5, because I really, really enjoyed this a lot. More towards the end. With Shifeng, our main character. Oh, another thing I really like, before I go into that, what I really love is the pronunciation guide, along with the cast of characters. Thank you. Thank you. Julie C. Dow, thank you. I need pronunciation guides. I like those. It's really nice to have those. Just saying. Especially if you know your character's name might not be, common. It's not common, so not a lot of people would know what pronunciation is right. I mean, I still don't know if Rhysand from Court of Mist and Fury, or, the ACOTAR series, is actually Rhysand, or if it's Rhysand. It would be nice to have a pronunciation guide to go along with it. Just saying. So yeah, I found out, I kept calling the main character Shifeng, I found out it's Shifeng. Just saying. I'm really glad I had a pronunciation guide. So yeah, Shifeng, throughout the whole story, you know she's a villain. You know she's going to become the evil queen. And throughout the whole story, the very beginning, you get, these hints. You know there's something in her that's kind of evil. And it doesn't truly come out until she gets in the palace. And I think that's why I really started loving it, too. This is pretty dark, but it's so freaking good. Yeah, 4.5. I really loved this. I read this for herbology. I was supposed to read a book with a nature-related word in the title. Forest is a nature-related word. So, there we go. Really glad I finished that. Next up, I finished Serafina by Rachel Hartman. This is about Serafina, who is half dragon, half human. She's pretty much of both worlds. Humans and the dragons have a tentative peace. Neither of the races really want this peace, but their leaders do. So, there's a peace treaty. And I can never tell if the red that's coming from this is because of me, or if it's actually, I like that, but it's just weird. I don't know. I'm sorry. So yeah, there's a piece between them. Serafina is the daughter of a lawyer who is like, oh my god, I can't remember. I had this all in my head, now I can't remember. She, of course, sirens everywhere. Oh my god, I can't remember. Her father's a lawyer. I know he's an advocate for the treaty. I know that. Like, he studies that like that. Okay, I'm getting off topic. She's friends with the royal family as well. There is a murder mystery in here, which I completely forgot about, because this is a reread for me. I read this back in like 5 years ago or so. I think it was like 2012, maybe. I don't know. But I remember really liking it. So yeah, this is a reread, and there's a murder mystery. A prince has been killed. His head has been taken, so he's been decapitated, and because the head has been taken, they believe it might be a dragon. But because there's no proof, you can't prove it was a dragon. So there's still like animosity between the two races, and it's really good. Again, there's like court politics and political intrigue and, you know, like drama and stuff, and there's a romance, and it's really cute. I still go with the 4 stars that I gave this when I first read this. I'm really happy that I reread it though, because I do really want to go into Shadow Scale, though I'm kind of like hesitant to go into Shadow Scale just because I think I know what's going to happen and I'm not really happy about it. But there will be a lot more like adventure and stuff in it, so I am, and it is bigger. Like, this is pretty thick. This is over 400 pages. That I believe is over 500, if not over 600. So yeah. But it is on my Newts TBR, so I'm definitely going to read it. So yeah, 4 to 5 stars. I read this for Transfiguration. The dragons can shift into humans as well. So, pretty cool. The last book that I have to talk about, and the reason why I really wanted to make this update video, because this could get pretty long, pretty lengthy, and that is Tiger's Curse by Colleen Houck. Okay, so this is about Kelsey. She's a main character. She befriends a tiger at the circus that she starts working at. She finds out the tiger is a 300-year-old prince who's cursed as a tiger, along with him and his brother. They were both cursed. You don't meet the brother until like halfway through. They go on a quest to try and break the curse. That's the whole gist of it. This is also another reread. I've read this before as well. So this was my whole like reaction kind of like thing going through. So I have the beginning, and I'm like, okay, not so bad. This is pretty good. I get to the middle, and I'm like, middle's actually pretty good. Okay, more like, they're like more on a quest now. This is kind of good. The romances are like really really heating up. Okay, this is good. This is really good. Like, oh, and then you get like the last 100 pages, and you're like, Kelsey, what are you doing? Stop it. Just stop it. Just shut the hell up, girl. And it's still going, and you're like, Kelsey, what the hell are you doing? And you get to the end, and you're like, I want to chuck this book at a wall. Here's the biggest question. I looked back on Goodreads because I needed to put that I was reading this again. Why the hell did I give this 5 stars? That's my biggest question. I know I read this years ago. I don't remember exactly how long ago it was, but why the hell did my stupid ass give this 5 stars? That ending ruined it. I was enjoying it. 75% of the book I was enjoying. The last 100 pages, I hate this book. by the way, I've looked at all the books, I've spoiled myself for the entire thing, and I'm perfectly fine with it, because I am DNFing this entire series. I want nothing to do with the series anymore. I probably would have thrown this at a wall if my TV, like, this is my bed, if my TV wasn't right there, and I would really ruin my TV by throwing this at it. I didn't want to do that. I cared more about my TV than this thing. Okay, so I'm probably going to start spoiling some things. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers for this entire series, just end the video now, because I'm done. This is the last book I want to talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching. But, yeah, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, just end this video. Alright, ready? Last warning. Okay. Alright, so the last 100 freaking pages is all stupid Kelsey being so freaking insecure that Ren is going to leave her for some other girls, that he's only with her because she can break the curse, and that's the only reason. And it's like, seriously, everything was freaking fine. Where did that come from? Okay, so throughout this book, like, you know, like, Kelsey has some kind of insecurities. It's fine. Like, I can deal with some insecurity. It's okay. Especially when, like, she started becoming insecure about Yusubai, which is, the girl Ren was going to marry 300 years ago, and the girl that, like, came between him and his brother, kind of thing, and the daughter of the one who cursed him. So, sorry, I just want to look at time. So, yeah. I'd understand if Kelsey's insecurities, like, really targeted from, or, like, derived from Yusubai. If all of her insecurities came from Yusubai, and if she wasn't, like, you know, as pretty as Yusubai and all that kind of crap, I would probably understand where all of her insecurities came from. But there was only a little bit of that. Like, it was pretty much after Ren started kissing her and, like, they started making out and having a good time, that then she started getting in her mind that he's gonna leave, that he will leave for all these other girls, and that he's only gonna be with me because I'm gonna break the curse, and once he's human, he want nothing to do with me, kind of crap. When even though he keeps saying how he likes her, you know, he has reasons. He's not like, you know, like, a lot of guys would just be like, oh yeah, you're cool, like, you're pretty, yeah, I mean, I love you, I want to be with you, but they don't give you, like, true reasons. Fine, okay, I can understand where your insecurities are coming from. He gives her reasons. You're smart, you're brave, you're beautiful, you're kind, you're funny, that kind of, you know, like, he listens to her. They were friends first, like, they were friends while he was a tiger, and then they grew to lovers. Well, not lovers, because they never actually did anything, but they grew, you know, they grew to have more feelings for each other. That was great. And then she just goes up and ruins it. So the next book, Tiger's Quest, is her and Kishan. Because, you know, why not get with the other brother? She makes no freaking sense. And then in the third one, she's still with freaking Kishan, and I believe they get engaged. Still, no freaking sense. Oh, Ren in the second one goes kind of evil. He loses all of his memories of Kelsey to protect her. I believe that's what I read. I don't know. Again, I was only skimming it just to look at, you know, spoilers. I just wanted to see what was happening. So, I guess Ren is back to being good in the third book, but her and Kishan are still together, and she tells Ren, like, oh, well, I can't choose you. I'm choosing Kishan. Like, what did he ever do to you? And then the last book comes, and I guess they're in the past. Mr. Kidam, which was one of my favorite characters in this book, is dead. Great. Ren dies. Freaking great. That's just in the last book. Kishan sacrifices his immortality to save his brother. Okay. Cool. Great. Ren's back to being alive. I'm glad. Can Kelsey die now? Because I don't care about her. And then, Durga, which is the goddess, and the one who, you know, was, like, telling him to do this quest or whatever. Whatever. She needs a tiger. And so she needs Ren or Kishan to stay back in the past with her. So one of them has to do it. And obviously Kishan's gonna do it. Which I thought was, you know, fine. So Kelsey is like, but I love you, Kishan. But you know she's in love with Ren. You know she loves Kishan. Like, she loves them both, but she is in love with Ren. And, oh my god, there's just, oh my god. So Kishan stays behind, and Ren and her get married, and that's the end. That's the end. And then you find out that Kishan and Durga actually get married, and they're happy and they're together, and that's great. That's all. See, from starting this book, what I wanted was Ren and Kelsey to be together. Great. Kishan to find someone that, you know, will love him and that he loves. Great. Because I love Kishan. I want him to be with someone other than Kelsey. That was what I got from the very beginning. Then towards the end, I wanted Kelsey to be alone. Completely alone. Just isolated. Just get the hell out of my face. And Ren to be with someone who actually truly cares about him. And Kishan to be with someone who truly cares about him. And I just hate Kelsey. I just hate Kelsey. Now, I did find out that the latest book that just came out, which they say was the epic conclusion, is Tiger's Dream. There was, like, the paperback was really expensive. I don't know if they really wanted to have a paperback of it. It's fine. I'm not getting it. I'm getting rid of this entire series. But that is Kishan and Durga's story. And I feel if I hadn't read these stupid 100 pages, then I would have actually wanted to read that, because like Kishan and Durga, they seemed like they'd be really cute together, and I probably would have liked it. But after reading this atrocity of a freaking book and a series now, I want nothing to do with this entire series. Like, literally, the last 100 pages were the worst. And I'd have to get through all of book 2 and all of book 3 and most of book 4, like 75% of book 4, to even get to where I wanted it to go. No thanks. I'm done. 2 out of 5 stars. And I read this for divination. There was prophecies. I'm done. That's it. I didn't want it to be this long, but I needed to go on a rant for this stupid thing. So, yeah, that's it. I'm done. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed this long, I'm sorry you had to witness that. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again in another video. Bye.